Hi, my name is Jason. I'm here with Danny and Jeff, and we are here to introduce Chorely, a React Native mobile application that will make arguing out chores a thing of the past. In any community, whether it's a dev team, family, or house of roommates, there are routine tasks that no one enjoys. Every community has its own way to tackle these tasks, whether it's a chore chart, rock, paper, scissors, or just letting things pile up. We decided to do a different approach. Our app lets users trade tasks for points that they can redeem in their community. Now let's talk a little about how Chorely works and how the app helps groups arrive at a fair reward for a task. When a user adds a new task, Chorely alerts everyone in the group. Each member then proposes a wage that is kept hidden. Members know that the person with the highest proposed wage will have to pay his or her chosen amount to the member with the lowest proposed wage. The member with the lowest proposal will have to complete the task. Now that you know a little about the basics, I'll turn it over to Danny, where he'll talk about the design process and technical approach.
Thanks, Jason. So when we set out to make Chorely, we all agreed on three main design principles. First, we wanted our app to be available across all mobile devices. Second, since our app is transactional, we wanted to have reliable data with real-time updates. And third, we wanted to provide a simple and intuitive user interface. So to ensure compatibility with both Android and iOS, we decided to develop the app using React Native and Native Base. React Native is a framework for developing mobile apps with JavaScript, and Native Base offers cross-platform UI components that supplement React Native. So in the end, 100% of our code is shared across devices, and the user experience is essentially uniform for both iOS and Android users. So along with our mobile front end, we also implemented our own GraphQL server. In contrast to a RESTful API, GraphQL exposes a single endpoint that handles all incoming requests and resolves them based on a schema that we generated. GraphQL minimized the number of requests that we needed for fetching data. It allowed for more specific data queries, and it simplified our logic on the front end. Minimizing the amount of data manipulation on the front end helped ensure accuracy when displaying things like user point totals, available tasks, and group contributions. Now I'll pass it on to Jeff to talk more about the user experience.
With our framework and server in place, our next challenge was reliably managing transactions and providing users with real-time updates. When we defined our GraphQL schema, we also defined a series of mutations that were acceptable to our database. This process ensured that our application behaved in a predictable manner and that transactions between users were efficient. Additional database hooks were built to guarantee that task assignment conditions were met before any mutation. To ensure that users were notified of status changes in transactions, each Chorely client polled the server intermittently for information about group updates. This polling ensured that no client waited more than a few seconds to find out that a task had been created, assigned, or completed, or that user balances had changed. As we said earlier, we set out to build a reliable, cross-platform application that provided an intuitive user experience. Chorely does this. Our hope now is that you will give it a try and see if it helps you tackle the chores in your community. Thank you, and you can head to our GitHub to find out more information about deployment and testing things out.